So start where we always start, which is Frank was talking about how fast and Torian was talking about how fast they appear. How does that offense look?
Probably going to be the most explosive offense we've seen today right now. You've got two dynamic tailbacks, in Johnson and Yerby. You've got, in Dorsett, is he like this track champion or 100-meter champion? He might be the fastest. Torian says he's the fastest guy in pads. But they're Miami. I mean, they've got great skilled kids. They're big and athletic up front. I think that's where they're a little bit different. They've been bigger in the past, but I think they're a little more athletic up front right now. They've got a young quarterback, but he's improving and growing, every week, and has got a live arm, throws a nice deep ball, and, really, I think a very talented football team, probably the most explosive offensive team that, we'll see to date all the way around.
Are they less likely to run that quarterback as opposed to like the Pitt kid?
Well, Pitt, you look at those guys. they had quarterback run designs. They popped the one play. You saw if we play it right, it's a dead play. And, the play they popped was, Matua Puaka was in there one of his early snaps, and busted his technique. When you play it right, they came back and tried to run it again, and we stuffed it a couple times. But what they did, they lined up in bunches, overloaded, and ran quarterback sweep. It's a good concept by anybody, not just against us. That's what they do. And you take that 46-yard run or 49-yard run out of there. We held them to 3 yards or less per run, which was our goal. We missed a couple tackles, which was disappointing when we had guys in the hole. And that was the disappointing thing. You take away 3 plays though. They're 3 explosive plays. The quarterback throwback, the long pass and that long run. They had 200 yards total offense in 58 plays. So we played well enough to win. We just got to eliminate the explosive plays. I thought we played really hard. I thought our effort was outstanding. But it's a player too. That makes a difference.
But is Miami's? He seems more.
No, he's not the running guy. At least he hasn't shown that, and he's more of a true pro style guy. So yeah, but they don't need him to. They can get the ball to 8 and 2. I'm really impressed by those guys. We got to do a great job. You miss a tackle, they can go 80 yards in a heartbeat on you. So very explosive.
You guys didn't face Duke Johnson last year. How does he make their offense different if he's?
Well, he's averaging over 7 yards a carry. That's every time he touches the ball. That's pretty impressive. He's right now he's averaging 114 yards a game rushing. He's one of their leading receivers. Get the ball. They love to stretch the field and dump it to him, in check downs, and let him do his deal in space. If I were them, I'd give him the ball about 20 to 30 times a game. The guy is a dynamic football player, and he gives them another element that they didn't have last year when we played them.
Speaking of Matua Puaka, it sounds like his time might be coming this week, based on what Frank said.
Yeah, it is. Chase is out. He's going to be out, and for this ball game, we'll find out the results of an MRI. Probably now. Doctors know already. We're just us getting off the field, but Andrew did a nice job the other day. He's a young guy. He's going to get his first start. He's played about 30 plays max. This is going to be his first time in the hole right here. And doing the little things. Where we're going to miss Chase is that leader. Even though this is his first year starting, he's got a lot of steps, understands the defense, knows how to communicate and get everybody set up. Right now, Andrew's a little, quiet, not a very vocal guy. Probably not a lot of confidence from that standpoint, and he knows what to do. But he's got to be more of a take charge guy. We're actually going to play, Domin McKinnon there. We moved him at Mike linebacker to, just put some speed on the field, and he's done a little bit of that. So those are going to be our 2 Mikes going into this ball game right there. So
not having Chase in there, and then like I said, Andrew being a little quiet. Who do you lean on as far as leadership, or to kind of speak up and really take charge?
I'm counting on Andrew. He better. Where he's going to be standing by me, and then McKinnon's going to do it. That's our Mike. He's got to set the front. They got to communicate, and but hopefully those defensive tackles, they can see it. They should have good football IQ and see what's going on. We should be able to self-adjust. But when you got some young guys in there, like if a Ricky Walker's in there, or you got somebody like that, they're going to need some help. So we got to take charge. So.
Luther, is Luther out for this game?
Yes, yeah, he's out.
Any further update on when you might?
Don't know. It's kind of between him and the doctor, and we'll see where we go with that and how he feels. But he's getting better each week, which is encouraging. So.
And face-on is just, you'll redshirt him unless there's an emergency.
Yeah.
You need him, is
Yeah.
that it?
Yeah.
Can you start off by giving us a scouting report? Miami defensively, what do they look
I
like?
think they're arguably the most talented defense we've faced. They've got great athletes. They've got great personnel. They're tall. They're long. They're big. They're athletic. They can run sideline to sideline. They're an extremely veteran group, and they're playing pretty well right now. I think they're playing real well right now, to be honest with you. So we got a huge challenge in front of us. Just like I said, you watch them play. They're arguably the most talented team, without a doubt, that we played.
They were a lot of those things last year too. Is it just the experience that's accounted for their improvement?
Yeah, they were. Just like I said last year, whenever we left the field during warm-ups, I said that's one of the best-looking football teams that I've seen. I mean, they physically look exactly like you're supposed to. You watched them warm up. They're extremely athletic. They can move. They're quick. They're fast. And I think what makes them different this year is that they're older and they're playing better together. And very impressed with them.
How about you guys changed the starting lineup at the offensive line? You made that change in the second half at Pitt and are sticking with it. What do you see? Why is that better?
Well, we got to make sure that we get rid of these pre-snap penalties, and it's just not one guy, obviously, but it helps us. David. We just feel like that was the right decision to do right now. So that's where we're at with that.
And Josh Stanford back practicing. We saw him on the depth chart. Do you anticipate him playing Thursday?
I do.
What can he contribute? Where's he at in terms of getting back?
Well, we think he's healthy again, which is great, and that's the most important thing is Josh's well-being, and that's why he left the team. And, we wouldn't have brought him back if we didn't think anything less than his well-being, and his well-being is good. He's in a good place, and he's ready to get back on the field.
I think a lot of us were surprised to find that Jerome Wright was still on the team based on when he was leaving in the summer. Can he have a role at all in this?
Yeah, I think so. I absolutely do. We're beat up at the running back position, and we got to step up and we got to run the football better and get rid of pre-snap penalties and play better. And that was last week was as disappointed as I've been since the Duke deal. Very disappointed. I thought we would play much better. Thought we practiced well. That was the thing that didn't translate. There was a few times that we practiced average as dirt and played well, which makes no sense whatsoever. And then you have a really, really good week of practice, and then you go out and don't perform very well. That's tough. And I said that to our team. I said we got to continue to practice well, but we just got to translate it to the game field. So that's what we got to do.
What was the story? How'd you get Jerome back? Because he was looking for a place to transfer.
I don't know that whole story. That would be a great one for Shane because I don't. I don't know the ins and outs of all that. So
The plan would be to redshirt him if it wasn't for all these injuries?
I think so. But we're at a spot where he's performing well, and we need to give him a chance.
Marshawn said he expects to be ready, but kids always say, what did you see today, and do you think you'll have him?
I do. I did. I thought, though, last week, too, and we didn't. So you had to do what we had to do, and I'm hoping that he'll be back, yes. That makes some things a little bit easier. There's no question about that.
It seems like the pre-snap penalties kind of baffle everybody around here.
Baffle.
When you see that, do you go back? Do we have to simplify stuff? Do we have to?
Again, things that don't make sense. We were 35 million times more complicated cadence-wise because we were in the huddle, had multiple. We don't have multiple cadences right now. It's very. It's as simple as I've ever had it. It's weird. We can't figure it out. It's just odd. They're coming about and really weird. Like it was originally we were jumping off sides off of a dummy count, and then we were just flinching, which made no sense whatsoever. Right tackle flinched, we had Cam flinch, and that's what was disheartening is you get down to the red area. You have 2 opportunities to score. We're I believe second and 1 on the 5, or excuse me, it was second down on the 5, and the next thing you know, it was first and goal on the 5, I believe. You guys can go back and check. And the next thing you know, you're 3rd and 13 because of 2 pre-snap penalties. That's absolutely ridiculous. And then you had an opportunity to score and get a delay a game, and it just makes you sick, to be honest with you.
Brewer described, I think he said they had 2 walk-in touchdowns. You got the looks that you wanted, if not for penalties in that situation.
Those are what's tough, you know. I mean, you had opportunities and you had good looks. It wasn't as if you were uphill battle in a bad play versus the wrong defense and pre-snap penalties. But you know, that's we got to get rid of them, though. I mean, we just got to get rid of them. I mean, that's mind-boggling. So, got to get rid of them.
Are you worried about Ford's ankle? He said he sprained it, and Frank made it sound like he's a little bit beat up for this. Are you worried about Ford and what he'll be able to give you?
We'll worry about that tomorrow. We'll see where he's at tomorrow. We'll reevaluate and see exactly how you know. I've watched guys feel really good on Thursday, so we'll see where we're at.
How did he look today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Some of your line adjustments, obviously, I guess, born out of the fact that you've got some of those pre-snap penalties.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Some of your line adjustments, offensive line adjustments, are a result of the fact that you've had.
No, we
some
think
pre-snap-
Wyatt Teller played really well
Okay.
in that game. Wyatt played his best football in that game. Now, did he make some mistakes? Yes, but that was
But he played the second half. He played
Yeah.
42 snaps in the second half, and the ones in question were in the first half.
Yeah, I was just talking in general
Gotcha.
with Wyatt Teller. If there was something that positive that came out of that, it was Wyatt. You know, he played really well, and we're excited about. That was a huge step for him, and he needs to take the next step. And we think he can be a very, very good football player. You know, he's starting to get it. Is he there yet? No, but he's starting to get it. He's starting to get it.
A lot of your throws on
Got it.
a lot of your throws on 3rd down in the first half seem to be kind of short of the sticks. Were they taking away something
Yeah,
downfield?
absolutely. You know, you're always having receivers crossing the sticks, and there's times that they're going to force you to throw the ball underneath. If you go back and you look at a completion that we threw to Willie on 3rd and 19 last year, it was a 5-yard shallow cross. They took it away. The next thing you know, we're down the sideline. So you got to take what the defense gives you. There's times that they give us the ability to throw it across the sticks, and there's sometimes we're not, and we're not going to force it. You know, I'd much rather punt than have a turnover. So, yeah, really disappointed on 3rd down too. Oh my goodness, that's an area that I think that we made headway. We made strides, and this is the first time in a long time that you kind of felt the similarities of what we did last year. You didn't run it. You weren't good on 3rd down, and you stumbled in the red. It was brought back some memories that I was hoping to get rid of, to be honest with you. So
You also didn't hit on some of those. We keep talking about those big plays that seem like they're right there for you.
Mhm.
Is there anything you see that's consistent of why? Is it protection breaking down, or is it all something different that they're?
there's a variety of things at times. During the game, you only get to see part of it, and then when you watch the game film, you go, oh, it was this, it was that, it was this split, or this, or the quarterback wasn't good, or receiver short. So, you know, just like Coach Beamer said, where we're at is there's times that we do some really good things. And I think you asked me, I believe, after the house, are you there? No, we're not. We're a young team that's fighting to improve. And I think why the disappointment is that there was times that we're making, like first half of North Carolina, you started running it consistently. Then you take 2 steps back and don't run it well in the North Carolina one. And then you have a great week of practice and then you don't play well in the pit. So it's the ups and downs that we're going through right now, and we got to get more of the ups. We need to get the consistency, and as soon as we get that done, this thing's going to take off.